Have you ever thought about starting over? A few years ago, my mother left her job, her home, and her life in New York to live in the Gambia. So I went to visit her. And when I got there, I met other Black Americans who decided to start over like she did. I wanted to use my art to help interpret their stories. Why did they move to Africa? Why did they move to the Gambia? And why now?
All right, ready?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This better?
That's better, yes.
My name is Rodrick Jones. Everybody in the Gambia know me as Smiley. I think it's because of the crooked teeth and everything, but nobody don't want to tell me that. My connection to the Gambia is a real blood connection. My grandmother, who I was very tight with, like, when she passed, my mother held a book for me that my grandmother basically told her to give to me. And in her book, it was like her diary. She wrote every day since like 1990. And she left information in there in regards to our family in Africa. She left information about my great-great-uncle Odell, whose real name is Babacar Bojan. My Uncle Odell and his brother were taken during World War II because my Uncle Odell was an expert marksman. He had a wife, he had 3 kids here before he was taken for the war. And when they kept my Uncle Odell, they made him change his name. So basically, to wipe out his identity. He changed his name to Odell Moore, but he kept his surname and placed it in the middle. So now, I'm over here in the Gambia. I meet Ben maybe a month after, and I rode with Ben for an entire month, you know, kind of filling him out, everything like that, but the energy was different. I started asking him questions about Gambia, showing him pictures in my phone, and it was blowing his mind. So he said one day, I want to take you out to the village. So he take me out to the village, man, and he called her his sister. She looks exactly like my Uncle Odell. I'm talking about exact. And so when I saw her, I'm like, Ben, what's your surname? He said, we both young. So the next time Ben brings me out there, we talk to the village chief, everybody, and do a video call with my great-great-uncle Odell, and it broke everybody down because they thought he was dead all these years, you know, and yeah, everybody was done. I'm talking about knee dropper. They were down. So it was real special, man. Like it was very special, and you know, I was just happy to be a part of it because I felt like I really accomplished something that my grandmother, she saw me accomplishing, because before she died, she said, I don't know what the hell this boy gonna do. But she knew 100% that I will travel, I will take risks and go places and try to find a family, because I've always been interested in that, you know. So since I can't get her back, I might as well get our real culture and our real family back, you know, not just in America, but over here in the Gambia in Africa. You know, it's real big, special, you know.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm going to Gambia.
Yes, definitely. What brings you here, though? You don't look like you're from around here.
Ah, you figured me out. Yeah.
Your bags.
Oh, the bags. Yeah, I'm from New York. My mom actually lives out here in Gambia.
Oh, nice. What does she do?
She's like on a permanent vacation, I think.
Are you joining her on the permanent vacation? You look like you are.
Don't tempt me.
Well, welcome to Gambia.
What's my name? My name is Mega Ty. My childhood memories are not having a father there. My mother struggling, trying to make ends meet. My mother being married to a man that used to abuse me. Living in the projects, being around the wrong people.
You have trouble with the law when you were growing up?
I mean, the law was always, they were like a street sign. They were always there. They were always there. For the most part, I really didn't have trouble with them until I started my teenage years. My teenage years, start breaking in cars, small stuff like breaking in cars, stealing stereos, breaking into restaurants, to the freezers and stealing food. Then you start selling drugs. I remember about 1998, 99, I used to have a crew of guys that I used to run with. And we got wind that where the Mexican cartel, where their stat spot was. And early that morning, I went and dropped my daughter off at school. And I went and picked up somebody from my crew, and we went to the stats house. Once we got to the stats house, we tried to kick in the back door. Door would not open. Tried a couple more times, and it opened just a little bit of crack. Told my man, I said, you know, let's just not do this because something's wrong. He ended up sticking his head inside of the door just to see who was in there. And somebody was there with a gun. He shot him in the head. His brain splashed all on me. But he was still alive, per se. But then I had him on my shoulder, and we had like a shootout. They're shooting it through the window. I'm shooting through the window. I got him to the car. And so we got into the hospital. Of course, when you bring somebody to the hospital, they got a gunshot wound in their head. The police gets involved. Next thing you know, I got an armed robbery murder charge. The life that I lived, dealing with the police, dealing with the system in America, dealing with distress from America. At some point, it kind of takes a toll on you. When you're in America, I could get up in the morning and go and take my son to school and get pulled over and get shot. For what? Because of me. Because I'm black. I'm the cover of a book. You don't know what's inside of the book. When I got here, the police look just like me. They don't have guns. It's a totally different experience. And so that's the difference. I've been to a lot of places, but I've never been somewhere like this. And it's definitely what I thought it was going to be and more. When I was younger, I was numb to everything. But I've evolved. I've evolved into a father. I have 4 kids, 30, 29, 18. And I have a 4-year-old son. I finally have a son. His name is Tyson. Tyson is in America right now. When I talk to him on the phone, he just, he loves the video chat, but he's looking for me. So he doesn't judge me. He doesn't know the things that I've done. And all he knows that I love him. That's all he knows. And that's perfect to me. It's perfect.
you? How are you?
I'm good.
How old are you now? 38? No, just kidding. I just had to say that. Everything's good though?
Good.
What's your name?
What is my name? My name is Leislene Hendrickson. I am a retired legal secretary. I worked at a law firm in Manhattan for 32 years. I grew up in the Bronx, and then when I got married, I moved out to Queens. And now I'm here in the Gambia. My father was sick and he died. I was about 1.5 years old. My mother was left with having to raise 3 children by herself. And I'm sure she was lonely and afraid. So I remember my mother kind of always looked toward me to do things when she needed help. I think I was about 4 or 5 years old. We lived in these tall buildings and we lived on the 4th floor. And back in that time, the elevators had 2 doors. There was one door that would slide open and you had to push the door. And we had come home late and I remember my mother telling me to push the door open, which was kind of strange to me because I was this skinny little girl. So I tried to push the door open, but I couldn't. And so what happened was the interior door closed again. And my mother pressed the door open and nothing happened. So we ended up getting stuck in the elevator. So she never asked me again to open the door. She just kind of did it herself. But yeah, mommy was always one of those women that she was very blunt and curt. I remember I was 14, I was applying for a sudden job. And I went on an interview and the lady said to me, "It's a holiday coming up on Monday, but we'll call you to let you know if we've hired you." So Sunday afternoon, the phone rings in the kitchen. Phone is on the wall because we didn't have cell phones back then. And my mother quickly answers the phone and she's listening. And I'm sure the person said, "Hello, this is Mrs. So-and-so from blah, blah, blah." And all of a sudden I hear her say, "Did she get the job or not?" And I thought to myself, oh my God, this is so embarrassing. But they told her, yes, we did hire her and we want her to start on Monday. I was wondering, even if they did not want to hire me, she probably scared them into giving me the job. I had always told her that when I retired at 55, I was going to have her come and live with me. And I thought it's going to happen and we'll be able to do things together and go for walks in the park and feed the ducks and, stuff that you think you could do when you're not working. And I got a call from the nursing home. Mommy was unresponsive. She did not get up early like she would usually do to have breakfast. And when they went to check up on her, she did not awake. We asked the doctor, could we just go and see her? One last time. I wanted to see Mommy one last time. And it looked like she was sleeping, It looked like she was sleeping, but I knew that she wasn't. I thanked her for being that mother. I thanked her for being my mother. I thanked her for loving me the best way that she knew how, and thanked her for loving my children unconditionally. And I told her that she should take her rest. Before I could turn 56, my company offered a package to the secretaries, and so I officially retired at 55, like I said I was going to. And I saw this as mommy making a way for me to move into a different time in my life. I bought land in the Gambia without telling anyone I bought land, because I knew they'd be like, "You're absolutely crazy. This is a scam. What are you doing?" And with that land, I plan to build my home and then 2 guest houses. And I'm going to rent the guest houses. And between my property in New York City and my property here in the Gambia and savings, I think I'll be able to live the life that I wish my mother had been able to live. We woke up one morning and my mother told me that we were going to St. Kitts, where my father was from. My Aunt Lucille had a house that was off the side of the road, and near to that was the ocean. And that was my first time being introduced to something so blue and so beautiful. I think it was at that age that I always knew that one day I would live near the water. And so I can thank Mommy for putting that love of simplicity in me. I'm living my best life right here in the Gambia, and Mommy is with me. Thanks, Mommy. Janke. It means she has arrived.